9. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Oh.
The following announcement has been paid for by the NPR.
In a league known for close racing and exciting results, stand one team that is different. One team that has set the bar to average. That team is Mid-Pack Racing. When other teams win on the track, there is one team that wins in the after party. That team is NPR. So tune in Tuesdays, and watch NPR battle for their place on top of the bell curve. NPR, because 10th through 19th has a 1 in it too. NPR.
Oh, I swear I gotta update these files somewhere or later. Hi, everyone. I am Christian, the Custodian driver, and apologize for the NPR guys completely hacking my system again. I don't know how many times I gotta keep activating this malware software on the computer before we even get to the races. But we are live here tonight, Joliet, Illinois. Here tonight, Chicagoland Speedway is up for grabs, and tonight this track for the Fast and Fun Fast and Fun Green Mountain Grills Truck Series are looking to possibly make a bit of a showing for themselves and to prove that they can still handle the mile and a half as well as they've hit it up on the short tracks here on the show. So with that in mind here, let's get to the action here tonight. Start them up on the pole. The Marauder, James Harris, gets the fastest time to his outsides. Any fan, Craig Jantic, the 40. Row 2 sees Nathan Meyer, the number 1 to his outside. That is Trey Whitehead in the 33. Row number 3 is Christian Wilcox, the 53 to his outside. The Mullen Man, Robert Lawrence in the 5. Row number 4. That's John Thacker, the 56 is outside. It's George Young in the 48. Row 5, Caleb Forsythe will in the 76, piloting on the outside of him. Kevin Kersher, the number 91. Row number 6 is going to be Brock Whitehead in the 82 to his outside. The full boy, Russ Kilgore. Row number 7, that'll be Richard Fornshell. And the number 90 is outside, Josh Ball, the 6. Row number 8, see Sheldon Pearson in the number 8 is outside, Sean Boundy. Row number 9 is going to be Kevin Ward in the 112 to his outside. Robert Gillard in the 54. Row number 10 is going to be Dan the Man starting the 14 to his outside. That's Garth Snyder, the 88. Row number 11 sees Charles Whitehead in the 51 to his outside. Brandon Ball in the B17. Row number 12 is going to be Jason Taylor in the 15 to his outside. That's the Man Beast, William Mann Jr. Row number 12 is going to be Jason Taylor, or excuse me, row number 13, pardon me, is going to be Tyler Meeks, the 35 is outside, Robert Wynn Jr., the 89. Row number 14 is Daniel Half, and the 32 is outside, Jonathan Dimeback Diamond at 39. Row number 15, Adam Strom, the 95 is outside, Joshua Caudill, the number 23. Row number 16 is going to be Robert Wynn. The 16 is outside Steve Clegg in the 22. Row number 17, Stephen Pless. In the 69 is outside Zach Derrick, the number 10, to round out your field here tonight. Race fans, we're getting ready to pile them up and fire them off down on the corners of the back straightaway to turn 3 and 4. They'll go. You got the two heavy hitters already up front in the leader pack here. Which one will be the favorite to beat? You figure that one out for yourself. On these 1.5 miles, I'd say Jantic is probably the better of the two, but James is not too kind on giving them the long green flag run. He can make it work and make it stick better than anybody. He may be able to knock him down a few pegs here, but Nathan Meyer and Trey Whitehead will definitely be in that hunt all night long, and you can't count out some of the guys in the back. Kevin Gersher and Brock Whitehead, they'll be marching up quickly. Richard Fornshell, watch out for him. And even the Mullen man, Robert Lawrence, is definitely out to prove something from last week. Can he get some revenge? 34 trucks make the field. It's time to go racing. 100 laps of the night here in the Green Mountain Girls Truck Series. Now they'll lead them down off of corner 1. Here they go. Some movement in the back already as Robert Gillard takes it to the outside. 3 wide, salutes it off the corners, then on the runs. He's bringing some speed. He's bringing some momentum. Oh, but Russ the forward. Kilgore couldn't quite hold it. Coming off the corner, and a caution flag must fly. Oh, and the 95, unfortunately, of Adam Scrum gets a whole lick and a half of him there. Huge hit there, unfortunately, coming off of turn number 4, and that ended up costing all of them there badly. Looks like Kilgore might have got on the throttle a little too quickly. Tires may not have took full grip, got into Fornshell, and then crashed out. Got Garth Snyder, you seen. Everybody else trying to avoid it. Scrum, though, had nowhere to go, and Kilgore was trying not to burn his tires up too much. Unfortunately, that did not play out the way he was hoping for. What a tough break for him and that crew already. Well, that's first one of the night. But, thankfully, they are still in good shape, and they're still got plenty of time here. Never count any of them out. We got work to do here. With that in mind, let's go ahead and take it down now and talk with some Freedom Mullet Racing crew drivers here. My first guest at this time will be, of course, the number 5 last master, Robert Lawrence. And Robert, last week, definitely not the race you wanted to go down, but you said coming into today you were hoping for a better chance here and a better run.
Yes, sir. It's this whole season so far has just been one kick in the shin after another. I've seen the light at the end of the tunnel, but then the tunnel just says, nope, I'm going to collapse in on you. So hopefully tonight goes a little better. This is probably one of my better tracks. Easton Fix setup, so with it being open, it's kind of a open door. So who knows?
Open door, but I got a feeling the truck's definitely set up to do what it's usually made to do, which is be the blaster of all. So we'll see how it plays out for you tonight, you and your crew, sir.
Yep, thank you.
The Blaster Master, ladies and gentlemen, number 5, Robert Lawrence, having a little talk here with us. Let's take it down here and talk with our mid-pack racing crew here in the 76. Caleb Forsythe, maybe give us a little info here on his rack as well as his drivers here. Let's take a listen in. How you doing tonight there, Forsythe?
Oh, good. How about you doing?
Pretty good, sir. So, obviously, we just saw your teammate, Russell Fullboard Kilgore. He ended up getting a little too loose coming off of turn 3. So, I got to ask you, how slick is it already under the night lights here at Chicagoland?
It's not too awful terrible. Just taking it easy right here. The reason Russ actually wrecked right there was he brought the wrong truck to the track and it wasn't white and blue. That's actually
so, yeah,
what
you guys are gonna keep bringing that up, aren't you?
Absolutely, every single race.
Well, it's not like you guys didn't already have that NPR video playing. You somehow Packer managed to track my software again, even on a Monday of all things. Apparently, he wants to really make it proud that we're running on Tuesdays tomorrow night.
Speaking of that, if you'll go back and look at that, guess who is not in the right paint once again?
Yeah, Kilgore.
Yeah.
Well, we'll let you two decide for who needs to fix that and who gets where, because right now you're getting back to the green, so best of luck, sir.
All right, thanks, sir.
Oh, man, you can see they'll have a little fun with one another, but they have no troubles calling each other out when it comes to making sure the schemes are the right way. So, but yes, if you didn't already see it, yes, there will be the big race coming up tomorrow night. Very special race indeed here for a lot of the fans out there, a lot of drivers. we'll talk more about that for Watkins Glen, the Champion Power Equipment Cup Series. You'll see the next gens back out with them, so stay tuned for that. Cannot wait to see what they'll pull off on that road course. We'll bring him around town, though, one more time at a turn number 4. Back to the green flag restart. The Marauder has charge. Whitehead in the Buffalo Springs 33, though. He is already manhandling the number 40 of Janzik here in the Champion Power Equipment machine. But Janzik, if there's one thing I know all too well with him, he's just being observationist. He's being very patient here. He's not worried about trying to get up there quickly. He's more worried about trying to save his tires and make them work it. We've seen that strategy work perfectly before. We've seen everyone kind of get kicked off in a bit of a shape or two. We'll see if that ends up playing into the way he wants it to tonight. But he'll have to worry about that 6 of Josh Ball, so kind of peeking his name in here. The Winn-Dixie 6th last time out at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, taking a jig charge and a big win there. Not sure how this open setup will change the game in the landscape here, but so far so good. Back up front real quick here. Now let's take a look at this battle as Nathan Meyer, the Exalta number 1. At least, hey, I'm going to say this over and over again, and I'm not going to leave it alone, but at least he's got the right manufacturer on this one. Because if you remember right, he's got a big 24 designed into the Gordon style on a Ford. Like, what? Like, he made me lose my mind on that. He kept saying on the he kept calling me out later. He's like, man, why do you even keep bringing that up? I'm like, I won't stop bringing it up till you change that scheme. That's sacrilegious, my friend. As NASCAR fans, we do not forget, and we do not necessarily forgive all that often. So that's what I told him, and he was like, well, I'll make you have to forget it eventually if I keep winning out there with it. I'm like, oh, I'll see about that. All jokes aside, Meyer and I having always a great laugh and a good talk. It was always great to see him return back onto the show. Took a bit of a hiatus here from PTM Racing TV, but when he came back, boy, did he come back with a fiery vengeance out on the track. Trey Whitehead right now in the number 33, trying to hold down, though, the Exalta 1 as Meyer now regains the lead. Looks like these two are looking more towards a short run kind of stint, more power-based speeds. Not a bad idea in hindsight, but again, how well does that last for you coming to the full run? That's Gar Snyder in the 88, tries to move ahead there with the number 14's Dan the Man Starner. All Starner right now trying to give himself a little bit of a run off, get some cruise positions here and make something work down there. And apparently he's thinking he's like got to be like Justin Timberlake over here, because he says, as long as I got my suit and tie, baby, I'm gonna dress in line. I don't even want to know what he was thinking when he put that suit on tonight. He put that suit on and he really thought that was actually going to impress the drivers out here. You forget, my friend, the ladies are in the stands. You are in the truck. You gotta be a little more aggressive than that with that look, brother. But hey, I mean, that's his style, that's his look. Go for it. Just take a look at what's going on up front right now. Kevin Ward's onboard camera here at the Green Mountain Grove 112. Currently keeping himself a good distance, good area too, but we'll move it back up to the front. And remember what I said earlier about that 90 of Richard Fornshell? Well, it's happening. Here he comes now on the outside, making the charge, making his name very well clear. Well, actually, I gotta take that back real quick. Fornshell is a couple laps down. I apologize in advance. I didn't even realize he was a couple laps down. I thought he was moving up that quickly. Looks like he might have had a problem with that wreck on the first caution. It may have gone back into pit road, so my apologies there, Fornshell. I think he may get a little bit upset at me for that one. But, well, one of my guys, at least I said, will watch out for us coming up. Here comes the 82 of Brock Whitehead. And Kevin Crusher even now peeping his name up in there. You got a whole list of drivers right now just trying to stay under control. They're trying to keep their nerves down, trying to make sure that they don't do anything too twitchy with the steering wheel. They're making sure that every spot counts, every little track position matters. Because again, on a track like this, yes, it's a very open landscape, very open and cut case when it comes to racing. But here's the problem. It's literally a hard track to master when it comes to staying under control and staying out of problematic zones if you go into a place like this. Because you're literally having to fight off tire wear as well as how much you turn in. There's a lot of turning on this track. You're not just keeping it straight and then turning all of a sudden. This is really just keeping it towards the left and just kind of keeping it going from there. As we see now with our track tech talk here tonight, here we are on the bean-shaped style track configuration of Chicagoland Speedway. Again, you can just see right here, the outer layers here, there's no real straight shots to keep the truck sterned in. You're offset steering it more to the right or to the, so that way you can turn it in more to the left when you're going on the runs. The only time that thing stays straight is maybe for like a cut, a bad outside the exits, and a little bit of a straightaway until you head back into the corners. And that's the only time you'll see these guys really get anywhere straight on this track. Eli the Wild Child reminded me I got to get it together here. As he reminded me earlier about the NPR guys hacking my software and saying I need some more vodka and lemonade. We're still going to go with that old joke in Knoxville, aren't we, buddy? I don't blame him. Coming on board now, look up to the front. Here comes the Marauder. Back on the attack, and he's told me earlier today, this season, it's horrible. What else am I supposed to say? I'm trying to get something dialed in, and I want it figured out. This may be the track to do it, but he's going to have some company because his old rival, his nemesis, Triple Trey, he came to play Whitehead. Has to give up the outside line there to Trey. Trey going up top, looking for the run. Whitehead building up a great burst of speed up top side, outside line, looking in, looking to master the corners and master the track. Again, though, how long is this run set up for? Is he setting it up for a short run, or does he go about a half a length on the track? 50 laps to the distance would be about the half a track length that they would want. I would say that's probably the most preferred line and position you want in this kind of circumstance. But again, when you got guys like Harris, you got guys like Janzik, and even guys like Steve Clegg and popping up in between, Josh Ball, Robert Lawrence, those are the ones that really can just completely derail your momentum and change the game completely out. And yes, I did mention Steve Clegg because last time he was here, he actually had a great positioning and a great race here with the guys coming up in the top 5 podium spot very quickly. Right now, though, has a little bit of work to do here, but he has moved up 7 spots. That's why I bring his name up. There he is. 7 spots up, started from 32nd, going up to the field. And in the back of there as well, our old friend, and bringing back my lemonade stand. Well, there you go there, Childs. I got my lemonade stand back. So now I got a few shots of vodka. I can throw that in there. So I have my lemonade stand and a few things of vodka. I think I'm all set. Well, right now he's currently dealing with that 51 there, Charles Whitehead in the Coors Light 51. Good to see him still out here and fighting it out with the best of intentions. Robert Wentz Jr. much of the same, although this season not been the season I think he was expecting nor as he wanted. He's had a very tough road and a very hardship of racing this to come around. He has not had a great night of action. It's really last season when they had a little bit of a shorter field. He told me earlier he feels that it's just basically not changing with the times and not really understanding the playing field and the gravity that is now kind of brought forth here. Jeffrey Lee Bell saying, Lemonade Stand is here. Oh boy. Glad to know you guys are still in the chat. B-17's Brandon Ball there on the inside line now, though. Here comes Robert Joilet on the outside. You saw earlier, though, Joilet was getting a good run on the outside. Got a little 3-wide split territory thrown in. Tried to blend it up top side, but there's really nowhere to blend here on this track. Unless you are so hidden from everyone and you're trying to be a ghost out here, I don't even think you can find a way to hide from these guys. They will find you eventually. Daniel Happ was earlier on today here, kind of watching us as we watched just a bit with the Pushing Limits Racing League Legends. And if you guys did miss that race, don't worry not. The race in about only 38 minutes and is down in our YouTube end, so be sure to check it out on our YouTube at PTM Racing TV. And so while you're at it down there, just go ahead and have a little subscribe there. It helps us support the channel. It also helps us figure out what you guys want, what you want to see more of. So it certainly helps us out. Speaking of Kilgore and Joilet, unfortunately, Joilet gets a full whip of Russ Kilgore there. Kilgore's trying to make it past him. Did not work out the way he was hoping for and ended up clashing in. When worlds collide, he swear he'll die, but it did not play out the way he was going for. Wait a minute, was that a SpongeBob reference I just hit? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I think I got SpongeBob on the mind tonight. I don't know. I kind of remember my childhood a little bit here, guys. I apologize. Childs, I think I may have had some of those vodkas and lemonades before I came out of the track tonight. All jokes aside, now we're looking back up to the front, though. We got hard chargers coming up. The fastest charger of the night currently is the 8 spots up, the 9 spots up of the Man Beast, William Mann Jr. Robert went a close second, but he's further back in the field, so it has a ever so showing here. Well, as we go on board here with Kevin Kershaw in the number 91 Chevrolet Silverado, he honestly might be the guy to watch out for most of this race here, because there's one thing we noticed here with Kershaw and with the Harris camp is they have a very good tendency to do a long run situation format. They don't necessarily like to try to push it too quick. They don't necessarily like to push themselves past the point of brink and out of control. They seem to be more kind of even balanced, even keeled, if you will, just seeing what they're after and what they can deal with. And that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight. As for our NPR guys, well, unfortunately, Thacker is still in his usual spot. He's up in the top 10, and George Young, believe it or not, actually in the top 8 with them. He's got him back a few spots here. The 48 still working with his teammate there in the NPR crew. The natural light of George Young trying to hammer down and take everything he can there to Josh Ball. Right now, the hottest driver on the series here, because of his multiple wins in series, managing to knock out even the likes of the Zanny fam. A lot of damage there on the 5 on the Mullen man, Robert Lawrence. I got to believe that is slowing him down slightly here. Obviously, with these trucks, they're a little less aerodynamics than some of those cup cars out there, but that doesn't mean necessarily that that truck is 110% if you got some damage on it. Speeds are extremely crucial and a benefactor here on these longer tracks, so damage anytime can really hurt your momentum and hurt your chances here, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Looking back up to the front, though, we've got a company. Here it comes. This is Zanny fam. Janzik sends it down low. You know where this one goes. He says, let's see where we go, baby. Here it comes. The Champion Power Equipment 40 number Chevrolet Silverado now moves the chains. He wants up east of the Buffalo Springs 33. He goes in for the kill switch. No. And try Whitehead says, not yet, sir. You're going to have to do a little bit better than that. Well, Janzik knows that all too well. He'll find something if he can get it going. On board here with the Marauder, as you can just see the dead eye focused here on this man. I think there's only one thing on his mind right now, and that is trying to perfect and outperform the other drivers. He's had a rough season, to say the least. Had a strong finish coming over to New Hampshire, but as you've seen on PTM Racing TV, he had a big wreck there coming off of turn 4. Ended up getting caught off from drivers to the end of the finish line. Cost him a major deal of points, and also causing a bit of a headache here, trying to figure out how to knock down Janzik or Whitehead. Everybody else saw that night kind of either gaining what they can get or going for all they can. It's been a wild season, to say the least, though. Off the corners of turn 4 on that front straightaway yet again, it is still Janzik and Whitehead side by side. Mono duel for the Wade. So much action going on right now. That's one thing I absolutely love about Chicagoland Speedway. You never get bored here if you got multiple cars on the track. There's always some kind of battle going on. There's always some kind of race going down on the track. And with these 4 drivers right now, this is just showing you the beauty and the works that Chicagoland can bring to the table. And even as our boy Eli has said, this is his hometown track, although it's not mine, I'll say. That would be Iowa Speedway. Thank you very much. Which, by the way, why have we still not gotten any kind of big racing events here on Iowa Speedway? I mean, seriously, how has that not even happened yet? Although I gotta admit, though, see this race go down to Chicagoland, it'd be really cool to see, but at the moment here, I do not think we're going to be getting any of that anytime soon, which is a darn shame, because really, I think Chicagoland does not get nearly enough credit or love as it deserves. .112, Kevin Ward down to the bottom, says send this one to the end and see where she goes. but is not quite there just yet. Even Thacker is starting to catch up with his teammate. George Young looks like we'll see a little bit of a reunion from the NPR boys. But right in the midst of it, the attacker of Cone Lions Manor must take on the Master Blaster. Robert Lawrence trying to make a move off on the outside. He's got a lot of run up there, and you can just see, even with open setups, you can create multiple angles on this track still, no matter how you set your gearing ratio up. There is damage on that left front side on the 5. If anything, he'll probably want to get that fixed up by the time he goes into pit road. I don't think he's going to go and take an actual instant repair up, but I think he'll end up taking a little bit of something to help fix it around, kind of tighten it back up so he gets more speed in the aerodynamics. But so far anyway, if you can believe it, this has actually pretty much been his best race so far in terms of positioning and where he's at located right now. Hard to believe considering his circumstances he's had all season long last season. Pulled off an amazing series, an amazing race coming to the line, but just did not have enough to win the championship. That honor would go, of course, down to the Brian Lorenzo camp. Lorenzo, though, this season strictly Cup, not running the trucks. He cannot do that in this case. They said, yeah, won your championship, now you got to try to win one in the Cup. And right at the moment, he currently is in that upper half echelon of that just incredibly packed and ferocious series there. Brandon Ball, the B-17 machine, now having to deal with the 32 Daniel Half trying to put the super clean 32 up into the fight. I just saw Nathan Meyer coming out of pit road, so he'll be the first of our drivers to go in at a little bit of an earlier time, I feel, than I think he really should have. But again, the pit road strategies and the fuel lines are definitely going to be making a big statement on these guys and a little bit of a change up in position. Correct. James Marauder Harris, John Thacker, George Young, Kevin Ward, and Christian Wilcox all head into pit road. Craig Janzik and Trey Whitehead remain out. So does Kevin Kersher. And already I'm getting kind of that overwhelming feeling of this is going to turn into a bit of a long run haul. Might not be a bad thing in this case. Could be a bit of a risk though, if not careful. And you can see they're heading into pit road now, so, and believe it or not, we traded one Whitehead in here for the other. Here comes Brock Whitehead. Brock Whitehead will take the race lead away, but right behind him, that's Josh Ball in the big savings. Brock had the lead, but he's going to send it into pit road, trying to stabilize the strategy down, hope for the best. Josh Ball looking to go full length run, and I'm not surprised who's right behind him that's doing the same thing. There he is, the man beast, William Mann Jr. and the man's maintenance 29. There was a guy that, in my opinion, emphasizes the strength of long-term runs on a mile and a half. I don't think you could even question the legality and the mindset that is the man beast. But is his strategy going to finally pay off tonight? You can see he's going to full dip this one. He's going to go a full length run. He's got Trey Whitehead right behind him, though, looking to take the lead back from him. He'll have to get a lead lap in and then try to get back up to him. I think Man Beast's strategy right now is this. Get to lap 50 or lap 45, if you will, and then go for the full stint. He knows he can make it work, but Harris doesn't quite see it that way. It makes him get out of his way. It really pushes his agenda and his momentum aside, and I guess I'm going to have to say my pit strategy idea was completely out of touch. Man Beast goes into pit road. We'll see who was able to last out the longest as drivers continue to head for pit road. There is only one that's going to be able to win here at Chicagoland, but who will it be? Find out when we return. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's race is presented in part to and part by our good friends over at Green Mountain Grills. When you need the best wood-fired pellet grills on the market, there is only one branded name you can trust, and that is with the Green Mountain Grills. Be sure to check them out on their website, greenmountaingrills.com, to catch your next grill for your next outing. Remember, we're heading into the winter months. That doesn't mean you can't stop grilling. I grill all the time in the wintertime here in Iowa, so be sure to get a grill that's top-notch and built for the winters. Green Mountain Grills is just that. Field coming to a dead halt here. Caution lights are out right now. I'm not sure what transpired there. Eli Child saying can't run 50 laps, 8% fuel. Well, okay. I thought maybe he might be able to, but there was a caution out. Looking through it right now to see where the scenario hit. Looks like it might have been on Dan the Man Starner. Let's see what happened to Start. What's happened Star here? See what transpired. I think it may have been due to just a bad pit exit. Yeah, it might have got caught in traffic off guard. Came back on the restart here, and hey, I know we don't do halfway cautions anymore. You might as well consider this a halfway caution, though. Whoa, my. Well, Cox, I don't know if you're seeing this, man, but you better consider yourself lucky. He almost caught him. That could have been very, very bad. Well, I know we can't do a 50-lap run, so that means these guys are going to have to do another set of pit strategies. So that kind of boils down to the big question. What will they do in that circumstance and in that case when they get to it? Only one way to find out, as we're about to take it down here and talk with our drivers. Let's hit it down with Oval Sim Performance. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Tyler Meeks now in the number 35. And Tyler, the pit strategy definitely playing out and getting up to the front with 13 positions in the field. How is the truck handling for you?
Truck is really good tonight. We've got a really good car. We've been working on the setup all week. I'm just taking it easy right now, trying to save tires to get up there. But I guess the fuel pit strategy is going to come into play before tires come into play. So we're going to go a little bit harder this round and hope for the best.
For sure there. Now, before we get back into this, there's just something I'm observing as well that I just now noticed. You're driving a Chevrolet, right?
I am driving a Chevrolet, yes.
Now, you do realize your helmet and your suit is Ford-based and Quick Lane Motorcraft, right?
Yeah, I just, leave it as one for, I don't feel like changing them every time.
Fair enough. I'm just letting you know, man, like, not a conflict of interest, but I just hope Ford or Chevy doesn't see this. We may be getting questioned about that.
Nah, they'll be alright. See, what they don't know is I have a race afterwards. I'm just in my suit, so I'm ready.
Ah, okay. Alright, well, Meeks, we appreciate your time here tonight, bud. Best of luck with Oval Sim Performance.
Alright, thank you.
All jokes aside, Meeks obviously going to be trying to pull off some runs and pull off some momentum here, looking to try to keep advantage points in line and in sight. We'll see if that works out in his favor. Let's take it down now with Southern Speed Motorsports, though, and our old friend, the Man Beast, joins us in. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, man. Wish we could stay green a little bit longer.
Well, I was about to say, we were talking about it here on the booth. You looked like you were going for that long green flag stint, although I mistakenly said you were thinking about going about the lap 50. How many laps do you think this truck can handle with what your usual strategy is?
I think I had about almost a full lap right when I pit. I kind of wish I'd have stretched it one more lap, because then I would even had to go on a green, so I would have stayed on the lead. But to end up in P6 right now, it feels pretty good. The truck's got some long run speed, so we need another green flag run, and we'll see what we can do up here at the end.
For sure there. Whenever let's do appreciate your time here tonight, Man Beast. Let's see if Southern Speed Motorsports can take this one to the bank and send it on home.
Yeah, man, sounds good. Let's see what we can do.
Absolutely. The Man Beast, ladies and gentlemen, William Mann Jr. coming on board here with us tonight. Well, I'm going to leave the top three guys alone because at this point they're racing their own race and really don't want to bother them too much. So we'll take it down, talk with some of our other guys here. See if we can have a word in with Garth Snyder. We're going to bring it back to Oval Sim Performance. He now joins us in real quick here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Garth Snyder on the line. How you doing tonight, sir?
Hey, pretty good. How about yourself?
Well, we're doing pretty good as well. Now, obviously, you're avoiding some wreckage and avoiding contact earlier. Remember the first couple.
Netcode kind of saved me on that first one. I drove right through Kilgore.
I was about to say, on our end, it looked like you were near him, but it was real close. That was for sure. So I gotta ask you though, right now, with the way you're been handling the season, the way things have been, is it really a race-by-race basis you're looking for on wins, or are you actually looking to really give it your all and give it everything you got?
Oh yeah, I kind of gave up on points, so we've had pretty inconsistent finishes this season. We're just going for the win every week.
Yeah, it certainly is. Let's go ahead. I was about to say, you go ahead, Garth.
Oh no, I was done. Sorry, I got 3 people talking in my ear.
Yeah, that's kind of the unfortunate issue with broadcasting live and all that. But nevertheless, Garth, appreciate your time here, man, and we'll see what happens later on. All right.
Hey, all right.
For Roval Sim Performance, ladies and gentlemen, Garth Snyder on the line. Yes, you may have heard that right. They are talking in each other's ear. Obviously, in iRacing, they do have spotter communications on, but also the drivers can talk with other drivers when they're on the track to make sure they're well aware of what's going on and maybe understand that the racing can happen. This stuff will come by every now and then, so be very, very well aware of that. The Papa Beast has come on board. He says good luck, number 29, rooting on his son, obviously. Wants to see him do good, wants to see him put up a great performance here. As we're about ready to roll him back out on the track here to the restart zone. Time to see who pulls this one off. The roar of the trucks here, these things absolutely amazing to hear. I'm going to say this right now as well, folks. I can fully confirm that after watching them in Knoxville and hearing them rev those motors up and how they sound, they do very, very much sound exactly like what you hear on iRacing. So take what you will on how the physics are and how people kind of perceive iRacing a little bit, but I'm going to tell you right now, I can confirm that the sounds these things have and the way these motors sound, they are almost exactly the same way that they sound on the actual tracks. It is amazing, really. I'm kind of shocked how crystal clear it was. They're just a little louder, but you can tell the sounds are there for sure. Firing it back onto the back straightaway here. We got Nathan Meyer now moving the chains. Remember, he went into pit road a little earlier on, so he's just going to be pretty much using his strategy to his advantage. He's going to try to get up quickly, get up fast, and then pit when he needs to. The 91 of Kevin Kersher taking full aim of that as he drafts off with him, trying to hammer in. Oh, but he gives a little bump and run coming into turn 1. He moves him up the chains and moves him up to the top shelf. And now it is Kevin Kersher and the Champion Power Equipment boys that take over the race lead. You gotta watch out for that 91 when he wants to make a move. Oh, look out down there, turn 4, crossover with the number 1 of Meyer. Apparently Nathan said, I didn't appreciate that bump run too much, sir. Why don't I show you how to cross over and do a clean one? Kevin, I think, kind of rolled his eyes on that one. Thought, yeah, I'll get you back eventually there, son. You'll deal with it later. In the back of the pack here, though, the B17, Brandon Ball trying to hammer down and trying to get something going here. As Sean Bounty into 34 wheels his way down with the Noah 34. The Bounty Hunter, as I refer to him as on PTM Racing TV, always been one heck of a guy to watch out for on the road courses with the Fast and Fun Riley Challenge, but with these truck series, he's a whole nother animal and a whole nother game, that is for certain, but he has made it work every time out and done a great job presenting himself in a manner I feel as though that really works to his advantage. And obviously kind of keeping up his pace and keeping up his distances here. This has really been his stronghold and his strong point, I would say. Christian Wilcox, number 53, Chick-fil-A 1 Chevrolet Silverado driver. He won the very first race of the season back at Daytona. Pulled off in a tremendous showing there. Getting his first win ever on PTM Racing TV. And, you know, he told me point blank that that was probably the most satisfying win he's ever gotten, he's ever been given. He wishes he can go back and bottle that energy up because it was just incredible for him to win it out there. Coming from a guy that literally just had never won a Talladega or Daytona till literally this year on any platform for that matter, I can say that winning there is like the most rewarding, satisfying feeling you can ever get in any kind of sport, any kind of series. It takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication, but when you get it done and you get it done just right. Obviously, Chicagoland, nowhere near that level of plate track racing, but there is one thing that is very specific with it, is that it is a track that does command a lot of speed and a lot of control. You can basically run the truck. You can run the truck in pretty fast, pretty hard here, to where you almost not lifting it all, but trying to send it in too deep can get yourself into more trouble than it's worth. As you see the Win-Dixie number 6 of Josh Ball putting up a fight here. Trying to keep the Marauder James Harris at bay and at control. Brock Whitehead now moving his way in. Greg Janzik, look at this though, down to the bottom once again. 3 wide salute for this Andy fam. And Janzik, a clean pass, clean get around here, moving the chains up more as we go. Drivers finding every angle they can, finding every little spot they can get to keep hanging in there and try to hope for the best. But again, it's going to be one of those series here tonight where you're just going to have to really take and go as much as you can and avoid the rest. Down the back straightaway now. Kevin Kersher and Trey Whitehead do battle. Earlier it was Meyer and Kersher. Now it's Trey and Kersher. Triple Trey, the man comes to play, and he does not give away too often than not. He hasn't won here in a while on PTM Racing TV. He would definitely love to change that here tonight. He does have a couple of victories in the Cup Series as well as a couple of W's in the trucks. He told me earlier today, though, his goal was to get back to the championship hunt and have a fight out there, but you know, he says he's got a lot of work to do when it comes to trying to beat the best out on the tracks. Meyer got a good camera right now, just watching everything go down as we go on board back with him. Alright, I'll admit up front though, he's got a pretty cool looking ride there with that American flag helmet on, as well as that DuPont suit, if you will. I kind of wonder if he sold that from Jeff Gordon. I hope, Gordon, if you ever watch this, I think your boy Meyer might have stole your suit, my friend. You might want to get that back from him as soon as possible. Well, at least for now, though, he's rocking it pretty well and using it pretty good out there. And you see Janzik, he's got a whole different line compared to everybody else. Watch how he keeps around the track here. He is doing something that a lot of guys are not doing here. Watch this. Notice how much deeper he's going into the corners and how farther down low he gets. He's making a whole lot of run up on the outside. Oh, boy, look out. Almost got into the one, and Nathan Meyer, managing out the presence of mind, though, backs off and gets straight down low, and actually works out quite well in his favor here. Manages to move the chains up one more spot. Now has gotten just 3 more trucks to go before he'll take the lead away. Janzik told me earlier today there's one thing on my mind. Well, hold on before I get to that. I've got to go to the caution. Gar Snyder is off the track and crashed out on the front straightaway. I was just about to say, Janzik had one thing on his mind, that was trying to beat out the best and become the best driver again and win a race, but unfortunately, Snyder and Ward kind of derailing the momentum here. Here's what happened here. Watch this. They're going to come right out of turn 4. And again, this is just how close and tight things can get here. Ward just slightly drove up, and Snyder ran. Oh, man. Snyder just completely got demolished there from the 15. Him and Kevin Ward got a piece of it. That was Jason Taylor that got him there, both of them. We're going to go on board here with the 15. Just take a look at this one. That's a hard lick, man. That's the worst spot to find yourself in, too. You see right here the wreck caused, and Taylor's trying to figure out where to go. He's already too little too late, can't get out of it. Trying to back off and get off the throttle, but him and Ward collide. Motor goes, and you can hear everything just completely chip out. Taylor is in pit road. He's trying to get that thing fixed up. They have 1 instant repair up for all drivers tonight, so they cannot be wasting them all that often. While the drivers head into pit road, we'll have to cut to a quick commercial break. When we come back, though, we'll listen in on some of our other guys and see who's going to walk away with the W. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, presented in part by our good friends over at Green Mountain Grills. When you need the best wood-fired pellet grills on the market, there is only one brand and name you can trust. That is our friends over at Green Mountain Grills. Be sure to check out their local listings on their website at greenmountaingrills.com. Check out their social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Guys, the winter's coming up, and there's only one brand and name that can survive the harsh terrains and control the weather, especially if you live here in Illinois or Iowa. So be sure to check it out at greenmountaingrills.com today. take a little listen in here now. Let's have a little word in with some of our guys. Let's take a look now here with the 53. Christian Wilcox now joins me into the booth. And now, Christian, I know obviously you're coming off that win you had at Daytona, really definitely being a bit here, but now kind of in a bit of a spot here when it comes to facing it off with these guys at Chicagoland. How is the truck holding up for you tonight? Looks like he might be a little bit busy at the moment here, folks, so we'll go ahead and bring him back in there. We'll go ahead and have a listen in with one of our other drivers. I think Wilcox maybe is just a tad bit busy, so. Well, I hope I'm not pulling a broadcaster curse on anybody, but I'll just remind James Harris here, I swear on my grave I'd have the voodoo dolls put away and everything, but how you doing, bud?
Lord, I swear you better, because I've gotten wrecked every damn race so far, knock on some wood. This one's been clean. So we want to race hard for the win, man, but we just need a good finish here tonight. So we're just doing our best to get a decent finish and keep this pretty truck looking good tonight.
I mean, it's a nice looking truck, but I mean, I know I've given you guys a hard time before about just trying to survive in a race here, but this is a 1.5 mile long track, and this seems like where you guys can reign supreme on at least.
Yeah, it's true, but the setup that we're using tonight, it's an open setup, so I had one custom built, and it's really heavy on the right front, and as I've said before, setups that are heavy on the right front tend to not do me very well in the long run, but we're making some adjustments as we go, and you know, if it comes down to a short run here at the end, I think we'll have something for them. But they're getting awfully racy up here, man. They're making me nervous.
Yeah, you might want to just kind of hold the reins back when you need to and then fire back when you can. But nevertheless, Harris, good luck on your times here today.
All right, man. Thanks.
You can hear just in his voice right there. He wants absolutely nothing to do with trouble. That is the one thing he does not want to think about. So, Eli, stay away from contacting him right now. Let him race, please. Those two are good friends, by the way, if you're wondering. That's why I got to give them a little bit of crap here. But we're getting ready to get back to the action here right now. Drivers are going to lean them back in. We've got about 39 laps remaining here on PTM Racing TV at Chicagoland, so this could be anybody's guess. And before I even get to the rest, hold on one moment. Thacker! Why do you keep playing with that cone down there? You know better.
They tried to put it in the grass, but I'll sacrifice a point here or there for it.
I don't think the grass needs to be cut anymore, and neither does that cone need to be cut anymore than you usually do to it.
Well, you know, these new tires, I can't promise that I won't cut some grass coming out of turn 4, because sometimes I forget. Things get a little sketchy with me sometimes.
Fair enough.
You know.
Fair enough. Best of luck,
Hey,
brother.
like these MPR trucks up here.
I'd say 2 of them.
8 to 9?
I'd say 3 of them match, but you still have one that's still not quite matching.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right.
Nathan is on fire, man. I guess I better get out of here before I crash myself.
Probably. Best of luck, though, Thacker.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
I only went at him because he took that cone out, and apparently he had made a show out of himself. Well, let's just let him race it out here. I wasn't planning on keeping him that long, but he certainly has been not. I don't think he was planning on keeping that truck out that long. He's been doing a good job, though, hanging in the top 10 all day long. We'll see if that works out for him later. But right now, we got the Zany fam and Trey Whitehead both fighting it out in position as Kevin Kersher and Josh Ball now move the chains in. They are getting very racy up here. Long run going to be a very big factor, and I don't know. I don't think I want to be anywhere near that front half here. Trey Whitehead has been literally the top 3 all day long. He has not given an inch since he got up there. He has not given any chances. Eli saying he's crew chief in the fort right now. Well, if you're crew chief in him, well, I would try to evade any talks of giving him the broadcaster curse, or try to give him any of that crew chief curse down there, my friend. A lot of our problems down there. Jason Taylor off the track. Big time 15 crashing on the front straightaway. Can he refire? He's got to get that Remington truck going before they get up to him. He's got to hurry. They are under the official cautions list. They better be careful there. Oh, whoa, 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 look out, look out. No! Cut short, runs it right down at turn 1 and 2. We've got a wreck. We've got a wreck. Caution. The man beast, William Mann Jr., once again on the receiving end and just cannot seem to catch a break when he wants to the most. Oh, boy. Well, we know what happened to the 29, but let's take a look at what happened all the way to the 31 there, and 91, excuse me. What a tough break there for his circumstance and his situation. We'll take it to the drone cam here for the 29 to start it off. The PTM Instant Replay brought to you in part by Green Mountain Grills here tonight. Looks like Trey Whitehead catches the 91 coming off that corner, tight racing. Look at Harris. You heard him say a minute ago, they're getting racy and dicey up here. I don't want nothing to do with it. That's what he was worried about. But the man beast is the one that gets the short end of the stick. We'll take a look back at what happened there with Whitehead and Crusher in just a second. Just take a look at the onboard camera here, though, of Harris, because this really just tells you the driving style and techniques you have to do to survive. Look at this. Really watches the trucks, watches everything, tries to see where to go, avoids carnage. Gets a little tap there from the E6, but didn't look like he took any damage. Thankfully avoiding the wreck and the carnage there, but let's take it now down to Kevin Crusher and really what kind of started this whole mess to begin with. Watch the 33 as he caves it down low. Watch this. Crusher brings it slightly down and Whitehead catches him. Gets into Josh Ball. Josh Ball, tremendous driving on his end. Didn't even think about that for a second. Josh Ball literally saved that thing from no man's land and found himself a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow because he avoided trouble and avoided wrecking any more than he already was in trouble with. Great driving on his end and great maneuvering. Unfortunately, though, that it's not going to do him any favors being in the top half here. He's got a lot of work to do, and he's going to have a lot of momentum to have to rebuild and regain. We'll see if he can do it here, but right now we're going to take it back down, talk with some more drivers here. Race fans, on the call list is Zach Derrick here and the number 10, and really you're up 17 and currently in 17th. I got to believe being in dead last and moving this way up to the front is definitely helping the confidence a little bit up.
Yeah, it's pretty nice to keep moving up through the field. We've had a few I had a few issues earlier with running through the grass, but we've got it all straightened out and trying to see if we can't get a top 10 by the end of the day.
For sure there. Now, I got to ask you, as you're trying to get the tires warmed up, maybe you can give the fans at home an idea of why you're trying to turn the car left and right as much with those tires the way they are.
Well, we've ran a few laps. They've gotten hot, and so they get a little debris on them, and if you don't clean them off, it'll spin out when you hit from second to third to fourth.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, do appreciate you giving the time to tell the fans at home how everything works, and we will certainly hope to see a little bit more of you in the coming racing.
All right, appreciate it.
Zach Derrick, ladies and gentlemen, Crown Royals number 10 driver. Looking to maybe make a little bit of a showmanship for himself and his crew here. Take it now down and talk with some other guys here. And by the way, if you want me to talk to somebody in the chat, let me know down the local listings below here in the comments section. I will try to bring them in if I can. I don't make promises, but I will talk with whoever I can as we take it back down with 3 Wide Motorsports. And this is Daniel Hoff in the 9. Hoff, how you doing tonight, buddy? Yeah, he might be a little bit busy down there, so.
Oh yeah, no, sorry.
There he is. Pretty good.
It's been a pretty good race. Got a little bit of a close call there at the that last caution. Luckily, was able to avoid that, but I think we're in a good spot right now. Still trying to figure out pit strategy for the rest of the race, but may have something for him.
What's kind of boiled down to without kind of giving away too much secrets? Is it just basically more long term, or is it more short term?
Sorry, say that again. I was getting a lot of radio chatter.
I was about to say, is this more long term you're thinking, or is this gonna be more short term on the truck?
More long term, if possible. It's gonna depend on how everything falls.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, you've done a good job so far keeping up with the pace into the distance. As we get back to the green, we'll see if this one finishes out the way you need it to.
Okay, thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 32 there, Daniel Hoff on the line. Looking to get back to the green flag here and get some more racing in between. Drivers lining them up off the back straightaway here. This time by Zanny Fan, Craig Janzik, and Trey Whitehead will be in the marching territory. The field looking to push their way in and put up a fight. Eli Childs reminding me of saying we work well together. I've won a few races for him. That's pretty cool. Jeffrey Lee Bell saying gotta get Plus to bring the juice. Ah man, is he even in our section right now to talk, producers? Oh, I'll be darned, he is. All right. Well, if we get in our caution, I'll talk with him. As long as he's not involved in the wreck, we'll bring him in. Here they come now down out of turn number 4, looking for the green flag restart. They are going to get back to it. Here we go. Janzik knows one thing and one thing only: get away from the draft. He sees how many laps is left and he knows that's all it takes for somebody to literally steal this one from him. The Marauder James Harris trying to watch very carefully though on that right front. You heard him say earlier he's trying to keep it close to high. Rock Whitehead, he's been kind of quiet all day long. But the autism awareness speaks. Traxxas 82 has been bad fast on his control and stability on the track here. See if he can continue to pace his way in, kind of keep himself in the gear and the swing of things. Trey Whitehead had a bit of a rough going earlier on with Kevin Kersher. Kersher, unfortunately, having some troubles making his way back in through the field. Currently is working on getting that dialed up and getting it up into the track zone again, but he's got a long way to go. It is a side-by-side battle between Whitehead and Janzik yet again, and don't count out that bounty hunter in the back. Watch out for Sean Bounty when he gets this going. The only Toyota Tundra on the field other than Adam Scrum to join tonight, and he is right now showing the Tundras have something to field in with. There may be a whole new look and a whole new feel for the trucks come this next year when we see them out on the track, and I gotta believe when iRacing puts them in, but this is what we're seeing right now. The old school ground and pound, put them out, fight it off on the track, give no man's land, give them a charge, give them see where this one goes far. Nathan Meyer right now has been dead consistent on staying in that top half and staying in the run all night. Can he keep it going here as everyone continues to punch the draft and punch off the corners? They're looking to make moves where they can, find runs where they can get it most. Oh, look out, Whitehead. Gonna be a little bit loosey-goosey right up there near Harris. Harris not too thrilled about that. I can already hear in his headset he's running, saying, get back down there, boy. He doesn't want nothing to do with him, that's for certain. Josh Ball, the number 6 Vader machine, trying to move his Winn-Dixie truck up the head. Off the listings in the corners, everyone making a big run off for it, but it is right now Trey Whitehead and Janzik that have the race lead. Things are going to get pretty crazy here though when we get to the final 25 laps, which will come up next time by. That's where they'll have to figure out pit strategy. That's where they're going to have to figure out their last-ditch efforts and who will be the smarter of the two. We saw that you get about a 32 to 38 lap run in before the trucks just can't do anymore. Leading it back down now. Here comes the runner back to the low. Says, let's throw a low blow there, my friend. Rock Whitehead can't keep him down there and can't keep him from coming up. He's going in. Kill switch engaged and the run coming up fast. Look at Trey Whitehead. He's still making Janzik work for the last. The back of the pack here. Everyone moving their chains in. Look at Kevin Kersher now. He's going to move up there with Tyler Meeks in the 35 Camping World Chevrolet Silverado. Kersher trying, hoping, and desperately trying to plead with the racing gods to give him a chance, give him a shot at possibly taking something over. You can see the 5 of the Mullen man, Robert Lawrence, got cleaned up and fixed up real well here. He might have a last-ditch effort kind of perfecting coming up. Been a rough season for him. We've talked about earlier and how his struggles have been all around the track and how his positions have been at key and length. But for other guys like Sheldon Pearson, it's really just been a matter of survival and hoping that they can find something later on in the coming races. Sean Bounty, that 34 is a Noah machine, just staying out of trouble and staying off and staying out of the problematic zone. The territories are starting to look more and more favorable to the guys up front. The back of the outfield right now currently getting stretched out more, and the front end is just currently just keeping close to the pace, close to the corners, and close to the speeds. That's the thing around here at Chicagoland. It's all about making sure you don't let someone get away from you too quickly, because again, you can get a lot of run here. If you're all on your own and someone's drafting to catch you up to you, there is certainly a statement and a reason to be had that you can catch up and steal one from them if they're not careful. John Thacker now on the outside with the 56. Leading us right in, marching the natural light of 56 Ford F-150 up into the fight zone once more. Maybe looking to get a Waffle House thing of chicken, looking to slice up some waffles and get some chicken strips to go, because he wants to make Blaster Master and the 5 of Lawrence say goodbye to the mullet today in this zone. A little slider thrown up there from Lawrence, though, nicely done, crossing over in between. Brings it to the bottom, brings it to the top, sends it in and gives it a go. That was a great move there on his end, but again, will that end up being the thing that helps him push more up to the front? I don't think so. Oh, hold on a minute. I think he's going to make me eat my words. Look at this power base. Here comes Robert. The Mullet Man is in full brigade. He's got some charge in the head. The 5 knows he's running out of time. He's going to have to start making some runs off to catch the leaders. He's doing a great job of it here. They might have a chance. But he's still got 19 laps of hard racing that could be progressed here from these Green Mountain Grill drivers. Everyone seems to have kind of calmed down and find their own zone, find their own placement. And I think that's all they really want here. There's Annie Pham staying just ahead enough of Meyer and Whitehead to just kind of think about how they're going to have to pass him in, how they're going to have to work off of him. Back up into the back half here, top 15, still struggling to find rhythm, find runs where they can get it. Right now, Josh Ball, the number 6, Winn-Dixie Ford F-150, staying right there with Tyler Meeks in that 35. Certainly is not giving him any plaintiffs or any chance there. Firing him off the brigades now. Look at this with Lamambies, William Mann Jr. Despite the fact he got caught up in that wreck earlier on, he certainly is holding no grudges or no qualms about making it back up to the front. That instant repair being put to good use, and the tires he gained and the fuel is really being put to even better use. I think he knows that he's got only one chance to knock these guys off the list, knock them off the podium. He throws a crossover from the top to the bottom, or excuse me, the bottom to the top. And now it is the bounty hunter that is on the hunt. But I can tell you, I'm not liking the way that truck sounded when he came off that corner. That was a low RPM there. It looked like he might be having some troubles getting it to pick up the speed as much as he was having earlier. If that is the circumstance, that's not good, because that can really hurt his chances. They've got to be really approaching that pit strategy here too. Look at the lap times here. I mean, excuse me, the lap stints. This is the longest they've gone out, other than that 30 lap stint, the 37 lap as well. There is not enough fuel though to get this race finished out with what they got. Even though they're only down to 14 to go this next time by, there is not enough. They don't have enough for a 50 lap stint. They don't have enough for a 40. The only way they'd be able to save up that much is if they went into pit road that last time out and they stayed off the throttle a little bit until the last bit. But then again, you still are really pushing it and really running the risk of it. You can just see the difference maker there between these guys and where they're at in position. Take a look at that top 10 here as well. You can just see the stint there. Everyone getting a good position or two. The Man Beast, the Man Jr., his 20 lap stint there really made a bit of a difference for him. That's what's helped him get back into that top half and really into this run, to say the least. Taking a look at the back of the pack here, you see here with the Marauder, James Harris, the gain in ground. This right now, you can see in that battle for the 4th place spot from up to the half here. The Brock Whitehead camps here currently holding down Robert Lawrence by a good margin or two, by a few seconds. And that minus time there, that is the time that they're gaining, their time they're losing, and it's not exactly looking more favorable towards those drivers or towards those camps here. That's looking more like they're slowing down. And a lot of that has to do with that fuel strategy. They're just trying to save up any kind of fuel they can to finish this race out. I don't think they're worried about trying to finish the race. I think, excuse me, on a set of tires, they're more worried about just making sure they don't run out of fuel. But yeah, I was counting my laps right. I think we're going to be a little short here. It's hard to say. But those that are backing down, yeah, they're definitely saving. They're not trying to do anything else. Tyler makes now looking to maybe put something up on the bounty hunter, maybe put his head on a pedestal, or maybe just freeze him up like Han Solo got in Star Wars Episode 5. Looking to make the move down low, gonna ice him maybe. Gotta run. Gotta make that charge there. There's a lot of work down there. Meeks gets a good nice pass, nice little charge off on the middle stretch, down to the back straightaway they go, and now as the Camping World versus the Noah Toyota Tundra. Great burst of momentum and great burst of speed here. No pain, no game, and no issues at all. Very good job. Nathan Meyer, Craig Zanzik still using draft, using communication to help each other out. Obviously, the Oval Sim Performance crew, the teams, they have to do that to really work with each other and help each other out for those long stints, those long runs, and that's exactly what they're doing. Being under that draft, that helps them actually keep the fuel lines and fuel cells a little lowered off, keep more under control, so they can let the engines kind of breathe and not burn up nearly as much fuel in tank in that truck. Not a whole lot of battles going on. Some of the guys here just trying to hang in for the rest. John the Diamond being one of them. Adam Scrum, give credit where credit's due to him. He got caught up in a major wreck earlier and still has yet to quit. He says he's just too legit to quit. I guess that wasn't a reference I probably should not be bringing back up here. Zach Derrick now the number 10 Crown Royal, bringing it down low. He says, hey boys, let's see where this one goes. Great burst of speed, good runoff here, and they're definitely got to be pushing that fuel run still. I'm not seeing anyone not have the extreme length, the extreme stints that everyone else is seeing here. Time is running out. Janzik, uh-oh. Something's going wrong down there. You can see he is slowing up badly. Meyer gonna make us move off. Janzik is slowing down a bit. Oh, that's not looking good for the 40. Meyer managing to make a pass around him. Looks like he's gonna try and rely on Meyer to help him out here. 5 to go. Can the Oval Sim Performance guys get it finished out? Or will Brock Whitehead or even the Mullen Man, Robert Lawrence, take full advantage here? No telling here. Oh, look at this, the Marauder, James Harris, even he's falling way behind the field. He's got to be a little bit frustrated right now, knowing he's just trying to save fuel and trying to save himself from anything else. I think at this point he's not even worried about the wrecks. I think he's just more worried about just finishing this race out. This has definitely not been the season I think a lot of these guys were looking for, what they were planning out, but you know, we said it before, we'll say it again. It is early, so there is still some room and there is still time if they have a bad night here to make use of it. Meyer maybe looking for his first win back in the Truck Series in quite some time. It would be a showcase for him in the Oval Sim performance if he can get it done. Final 3. He's doing everything he can to make it work and make it stick, and the Zanny fam knows that as well. Jantic had a great run last time out, but he just came up short to Josh Ball. He definitely let Meyer get past him here because I think he knew he was a little bit in trouble. And he's just saving up the last bit. They're down. Final 2 laps remain. Field stretching out even more as we go. Josh Ball, last week's feature winner, is going to have a little bit of a tough break here, coming up finishing up in the top 15 half here. The 56, John Thacker and Daniel Half actually making a good last-minute battle for position as the bounty hunter. John Bounty continues to hold his grip down, trying to keep this Tundra, the last of his kind, in this position and in this run. Off a corner turn 4, though, we are going to be down to the white flag this time by Jantic. Is extremely off pace, though. Meyer's all alone. Did Meyer save enough? Did he get through it just in time? Take a very close listen to that engine. We know what happened last time when someone tried to go full run for a fuel. It was for a man beast at Kansas Speedway from the championship race. Off a turn 4. Everything sounds good. Looks good. It's going to be enough. Meyer will win at Chicagoland. And Jantic ran out of fuel, but he manages to pull it up at least to a second place finish. And how about this? The Mullet Man finishing 3rd with the last stint. And a big performance for him in the Freedom Mullet Racing crew. Great finish for those top 3. Brock White had a great showing, getting up 4th. And Kevin Kershire, give him credit where credit's due, folks. He pulled this one to the very end and got to a top 5. Great showing from him and that crew. Chicagoland did not disappoint. Left a lot of guys on the edge of their seats just wondering, do they have enough in the fuel? Do they have enough in the run? Well, for Nathan Meyer, he had that and then some. And it's time for a celebration with the number 1. And I think the fuel might have just gone. I think he's going to try to refire it and maybe get 1 burnout in if he can. Oh, I think he was waiting for his teammates. Well, while they celebrate down there, let's take a look at our results. Nathan Meyer wins this one. 2nd going to Zanny Fam, Greg Janzik. 3rd to Robert Lawrence. 4th to Brock Whitehead. 5th to Kevin Kershire. 6th to Christian Wilcox. 7th to Trey Whitehead. 8th to William Mann Jr. 9th to Tyler Meeks. 10th to Sean Boundy. Rounds out top 10. Here are your other finishers here, as well as we'll be bringing in with the Mullet Man now. Talk with him about this finish. This one definitely got to mean a lot for him and that crew, knowing he manages to make his way out and last out to the very end. As you see the results here, race fans, he now joins me in the pit road. And Mullet Man, you had a lot of going on, a lot of real estate to cover, but you managed to make it work coming to the end.
Oh, I was hoping and praying. I was saying all sorts of things over the radio. I hope they run out. I hope they run out. Craig was running half throttle the last 3 laps, so the fortune didn't quite run my way, but I tried my darndest.
Oh man, it certainly was indeed. So I gotta ask you, when you knew you had that top 3 and locked in, you were going for broke. Did at any point you think maybe you were going to have some troubles yourself either, or did you have this one all dialed in?
No, I had pit on that lap 101, so I was plenty good on fuel, and I knew the other guys were going to be right on that edge, if not just a bit short. So I was really hoping they were going to be on the short side, especially being up front. So If I had another lap, I would have, hearing what everyone else had for fuel. But it, like I said, it just didn't. The cookie didn't crumble my way.
For sure there, but nevertheless, though, sir, obviously worked out perfectly for a top 3 finish here. But who do you want to thank here tonight, my friend, for everything you got?
Well, first of all, we got to thank Green Mountain Grills. If you aren't cooking on a Green Mountain Grill, what are you doing with your life? I got to thank Blaster for being a big sponsor on the truck. We got to thank Avalanche, and we got to thank BSM, Kevin Kersher. I mean, everyone involved. Great league, so much fun. These trucks are a blast, especially when you got the right setup in. But I just want to thank everyone involved and thank you guys for dealing with our chaos.
Say it before, I'll say it again. There ain't nothing more fun than just watching a little bit of chaos once in a lifetime. So, but appreciate your time here tonight, my friend. Congratulations on your 3rd place finish, and we certainly hope this is not the last time we will see you.
I hope not.
Best of luck, Robert. Thank you for your time.
Yep. No, thank you.
You can just hear in his voice. He does not want this to be the last time, folks. All right, let's take it down now. I said I was going to leave him alone for most of the race because I knew and I had a feeling we were going to end up bringing him in anyway. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the Zany fan, Craig Janzik. Although for a minute, I didn't think we were even going to bring you or Meyer in. You two were literally on the last legs of this one, dude.
And what an up and down wild event. I mean, I'm so happy for an Oval Sim Performance 1-2. And we even threw Meeks in there in 9th for 3 cars in the top 10, 3 trucks in the top 10. That's a huge testament to what we're able to do here at Oval Sim Performance. So I'm really happy about that. I just got screwed by fuel mileage. I respect the hell out of Nathan. He's a really good friend of mine, but I do feel like I had the better truck. But he had a great advantage by being able to sit there behind me for the last 30 laps, and I was looking at the fuel gauge and I was thinking, man, this isn't going to end well. Seconds better than 20 seconds. So I clutched it for a little bit, and he obviously, from the draft and being able to lift a little bit more aggressively from being behind me, he was able to come right around me, and it was sayonara at that point. But still a really fun race. I mean, we had some tempers and drama, and of course I was in the center of that like usual. And it just is what it is, man. We're still having fun.
It certainly is indeed, but man, you managed to make it work all the way to the end, and obviously the Oval Sim Performance crew pulling off a great finish. So I have to ask you, sir, as you are walking away with a 2nd place finish, who do you want to thank here tonight for this one?
Yeah, I got to thank Champion Power Equipment, my league, one of the league sponsors, and also my sponsor for this season on the 40 truck. It looks amazing, and it's so much fun to drive and represent them. So huge thanks to them. Thanks to Green Mountain Girls for sponsoring the league in primary and being able to keep us all in check and making sure that we're all still smiling at the end of the day. Thanks to my guys, Oval Sim Performance, best in the business. We're going to make sure that everybody knows that. And thanks to PTM and all of their viewers and for the great broadcast that you put on and Sparky on Tuesdays. I mean, that's best in the business stuff right there. We can't ask for anything more than that. So we'll move on next week. I don't even know where we are, but we've got right turns to make tomorrow night, and I'm excited for that.
Oh, we know you'll be in your hometown, so you got some work to do down there. But nevertheless, appreciate your time here tonight down in Chicagoland.
Thanks, brother. Hope you have a good night.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, 2nd place finisher tonight, the Zanny fam. All right, here we go. Head down to Victory Lane, and let's tune in. It's time to revisit a man we haven't seen in a while, but he's back. It's Nathan Meyer, the number 1. And Meyer, this was a long road, but you're back in Victory Lane, buddy.
Hey, man, I was starting to think I couldn't win one of these anymore.
Hey, you figured it out all right. You managed to keep it away and get a win, man.
Yeah, it feels good.
So, obviously, you had a lot going on. Janzik ran out of fuel. You were coming close to end the fuel, it seemed like. But you both ended up making it work out, and the truck just pretty much did what you needed to. So, how much of that draft, I got to ask you, saved this race for you and that crew?
Oh, well, 100%. We actually, when I got to 2nd after that last restart, we decided just to keep it 1-2, see if we can pull away a little bit and not race and let those other guys get runs on us. And then it actually worked out to my favor because I just saved fuel behind Craig the entire time. So he ran out and I didn't.
For sure there now. Obviously there was a lot. Obviously you had a lot going on with trying to make sure that you had enough of a speed and enough of the run. But when you made that last minute pass, did you think basically at that point like I've got this one set, I just gotta finish the race out, or did you worry that maybe those guys were gonna come up and catch you?
No, I knew once I got by him, he was gonna have to save fuel behind me, so it was pretty much clear sailing. Just hoping to not get that late race caution we're all so famous for.
So famous for. I don't know about that, but nevertheless, man, you end up walking away with a W and a big victory, obviously. So as you paw away with the victory and all that, I gotta ask you, who do you want to thank here tonight for this one?
Yeah, I think Green Mountain Grills, champion for putting it on, and Craig at Oval Sim Performance, always giving me fast cars, so can't thank him enough.
Certainly can't thank you enough either for coming on board here tonight, Nathan. Been a while since I've seen you, but it's great to see you back. Congratulations on your win here tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight, Oval Sim Performance, is Nathan Meyer. And that's going to all but do it tonight for your race show from the Fast and Fun Green Mountain Girls Truck Series. We appreciate you all coming on board. Thank you again to Green Mountain Girls for your support. To the fans at home, we love you guys. We cannot get enough of you. Please follow and subscribe here on PTM Racing TV for YouTube and Facebook. From all of us here at PTM Racing TV, though, tune in tomorrow night. We have a special Watkins Glen race with a big meaning to it. More on that in the coming night to come. But for all of us here at PTM Racing TV, thanks for tuning in and joining us here on the show.